That's the beauty of, that's the beauty and the curse of freedom itself, right? Where it's like, yeah, we want to be free and we want to do what we want, but at the very same time, we also have to deal with the consequences of those freedoms. You understand? So that means we have to put structures in place to protect those freedoms.
I'm Keith, winner of the Bad Boy Membership Contest. I recently joined the Bad Boy Membership, but I wish I'd done it a long time ago because the content is the real deal. It helps you become more secure, confident, and masculine, which will help you in all aspects of your life, but especially with women. So thank you for the prizes that I won, but the real thanks is for the powerful content. Get on the Bad Boy Membership now. You won't regret it.
Go to badboymembership.com. You'll go from not getting what you want when it comes to you dealing with women to actually getting what you want, to being the guy women want to be with, women want to date, women want to have sex with. All you need to do is go to badboymembership.com.
What's going on? It's your boy Miles Cunningham. Shout out to Lucario. Shout out to the supporters. Shout out to everybody on that Bad Boy Membership. Shout out to everybody that checked out the Game Kings documentary. Shout out to everybody that checks into the Real Game No Theory show that we do on Sundays with myself, Kay Zaggin, Steve the Dean, Lucario, Mr. 1950. All right, check that out. The game is always heavy on there. Last episode, my man 1950 tamed a beast of a woman that called in. You know what I'm saying? He put the game in her ear and calmed her down. Like, that shit was a beautiful experience. So yeah, man, make sure you guys check that out. Also, make sure you guys, like I said, check out that Bad Boy Membership. We got that going. You know what I'm saying? Your man Lucario is putting it down heavy on that. All right. So today, what I want to talk about is, I just wanted to kind of pose the idea that masculinity is freedom and femininity is survival, right? Masculinity is about freedom and femininity is about survival. So the basic idea about that is that masculinity is about, the reason why masculinity is about freedom is because a man is charged with the plight of choosing his direction in life and, doing whatever he has to do to manifest the direction that he chooses, manifest his path. And with the manifestation of that path, that shows itself to be his idea of freedom, his idea of truth, his idea of living honestly. You understand? That's what we mean by truth. Living honestly and being free to do exactly what you want to do in this life and with your life, meaning that you make all the choices, right? But there's always two sides to everything, right? One side is, yes, you have the freedom to do everything you want to do as a man. You have the freedom to make your own choices. You have the freedom to, literally do, build, and live how you want to live. But then at the same time, on the other end of that spectrum, on the other side of that coin is that you also have to deal with the consequences that come with every decision that you make as a man. You understand? And this goes to the notion that freedom is not free, right? A lot of people want freedom, but freedom requires responsibility. Freedom requires consistency, integrity, and certain rules that need to be put in place. And usually these are rules that are put in place by a logical mind, i.e. a masculine mind. You understand? So therefore, masculinity is freedom. You understand? Masculinity is the freedom to live honestly, how you want to live as a man. Now, the reason why I pose the idea that femininity is about survival is basically because a woman usually chooses the path of survival, right? So in this world, on this earth, it's, usually a man is in power. And the reason why a man is in power is for all the things that I said before, right? We choose our direction, we choose our path, we have the logical mind. And because things need, foundations of structure need to be based in logic, usually we end up being in power. It's just the way it is. That's just the way nature intends it, right? But a female is a little bit different, where she moves with emotion, she nurtures, and she's also charged with the responsibility of being she's charged with the responsibility of attaching herself to things and other things being attached to her. So what I mean by that is a woman has to find a man to have his honesty in place, his truth of living, anything that he wanted to manifest. She needs him to have that foundation in place so she can attach herself to it, so she can be protected by that structure or that foundation, right? So she attaches herself to it in order to survive, right? And then what also happens is that things are attached to her, meaning that she has to nurture offspring, right? Biologically, she has to bring, a man's offspring to fruition, and literally push a human out of her, and then nurture that human, by breastfeeding and also, protecting it, right? Physically. And then her protection is also managed by the man that she's attached to. So a woman's charge is to be a part of something bigger than herself. She's a very vital part, but she's still, at the end of the day, a part of something bigger than herself. And at the end of the day, once she finds herself to be a part of something, then she can be protected. You understand? So it's just an idea that I wanted to pose to men, so we can kind of have a clearer understanding of our place. Excuse me.
When it comes to being a man, it's about being that rock. It's about being stable.
So first, you're gonna have to find discipline within yourself. Do you have that type of discipline? Do you even have the heart to be ruthless?
Women need leadership. It is in their nature to seek out leadership.
You can't do it 99 because all that's part of a man. You got to do it 100.
Apparently, these women out here having sex with somebody. Apparently, they're getting pregnant with somebody. Shoot, somebody getting some.
You should look at something like hypergamy and allow it to inspire you to always be evolving, getting better, expanding, developing.
There are things you know, there are things you don't know. Then there are things you don't know you don't even know.
There can be 10 of us in one room, and there's one question, and there's 10 correct answers, all different.
So we can have a better understanding of our place in the world, in society, in how things work in general, right? Where the choices that a man makes speak to his freedom, right? To how he wants to live, to the truth and the honesty of the way he chooses to live his life. And then a woman, and see that, the thing with women, this is why we can't try to make them too much accountable. You understand? In the modern society, yes, a woman has her freedoms and her rights to make her own decisions when it comes to certain things, right? But a feminine woman who understands her true nature and her true place is gonna attach herself to a man, and that man is gonna give her the privilege of being a mother and a wife. You understand? So she chooses that position. Now, for those women who are exceptions, who choose to, have their own faculties, that's cool. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. Everybody, there's always exceptions to the rule, and there's always choices to be made, right? But in the general scheme of things, when everything is working so we can repopulate the world and make the world go round, it's with the former, not the latter, okay? So a man's place is freedom. And then a woman attaches herself to that man to enjoy that freedom, but to also be protected by the responsibilities that come with the manifestation of that freedom. You understand? And because she wants to survive, and because she wants to be a part of his kingdom of freedom, you know, his structure that provides freedom and security. You understand? Because that's the thing. You see, that's the interesting thing about freedom and why freedom isn't free. When you have freedom, you also need security. It's like a guy who has a bunch of money. You understand? It's like a rich dude walking around and everybody know he's rich. At some point he has to get security. He has to get probably a bodyguard, or he might have to get a gun, or he might, you know what I'm saying? Or he might have to, have a personal security guard with him, or he at least has to have maybe a knife or a taser, something to protect himself, because he's worked very hard and he's gotten to the point where he can manifest his own vision of what it means to live honestly. But at the very same time, even though he has freedom, he has to protect that freedom from other men who are also seeking freedom. You understand? So that's the beauty of, that's the beauty and the curse of freedom itself, right? Where it's like, yeah, we want to be free and we want to do what we want, but at the very same time, we also have to deal with the consequences of those freedoms. You understand? So that means we have to put structures in place to protect those freedoms, right? And then when a woman sees that a man has the ability to create freedom and also create security within that freedom, she attaches herself to that man. You understand? And so her feminine qualities ensure her survival and her offspring's survival. You understand? So she becomes a part of that man's manifestation of freedom. All right. So again, like, I just wanted to really put that idea out there, because I feel like, we can, this whole dating and relationship stuff with, dealing with women and so on and so forth, there's a lot of different ways to look at it, right? There's a lot of different ways to look at it. And I feel like when we create different talking points, it allows men from different perspectives to see what they possibly need to see within the conversation, right? So this is why I wanted to talk about this. I want guys to understand that masculinity is freedom, and basically, and with freedom comes responsibility, and feminine qualities have to do a lot with survival. You understand? So this is why, certain men, we don't worry about women being accountable, because we know that we are setting the structures for them to follow in the first place. You understand? So when it comes to accountability, we're not worried about a woman necessarily showing accountability for anything that she did. Why? Because all she's really trying to do is survive. All right. And at the end of the day, because I know these things, and because I don't really give women that much credit as far as the structure of my own, life and my freedoms, right? I make sure I'm responsible for that. So therefore, her accountability is not really a factor at the end of the day. You understand? Because she's gonna do what she needs to do to be a part of my structure, as long as I have a structure in place. The problem with a lot of men is that a lot of us, like if in the last video, a lot of us consider ourselves average. So we don't really understand what it means to create structure. We don't really understand that we're unique individuals who have to figure out our own truth and then manifest our honest foundation for living, which creates our levels of freedom. And then once we create our level of freedom, then we also have to make it secure. Once we have it secure, then the woman that we deal with will willingly attach themselves to that structure. You understand? To be free with us, and also to be protected by us, because we have all those things in place. All right. So like I said, I just wanted to create another layer to the conversation, so guys with possibly a different perspective could kind of see what I'm talking about. All right. So it's your boy Miles Cunningham. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Remember that this channel has been demonetized, so make sure you go to that donation link in the description and donate. You know what I'm saying? go to Teespring and go to the Bad Boy Gear store. Just go to Teespring and type in Bad Boy Gear, and you can get all your t-shirts and hoodies and, you know, sweatshirts and all that stuff. We got Mac Lives Matter, Submissive Women are Sexy, I'm God to These Hoes, Women Love Sex, and a whole bunch of other designs. Go and get it, all right? So, yeah, it's your boy Miles Cunningham. I really hope you're having a great day, and always remember, the truth is inside you. Peace.
Go to badboymembership.com. You'll go from not getting what you want when it comes to you dealing with women to actually getting what you want, to being the guy women want to be with, women want to date, women want to have sex with. All you need to do is go to badboymembership.com.
All right, shout out to Mr. Lucario and Miles Cunningham, the Bad Boys at the Dating Game, and the badboymembership.com for these great prizes to help me tighten up my game. I have the Seiko watch, the Carolina Herrera Bad Boy Cologne, and a $100 gift card for Target to tighten up my spot. So now I got my wrist right, I got my smell right, I'm gonna have my spot right. Now I got my mind right because of all that game I've been learning on the badboymembership.com. So I appreciate you guys, I appreciate the game that you guys lay down, and y'all stay up. Peace.